Hell do you mean, no BGM? Fuck you talking about? I'm asking you to simply, if it would please you, be patient. How loud is this? Oh, wait. Kazuk. There you go, see? Quit your whining. Oh, that doesn't look like it's too loud. That's good. Hi, chat, I missed you too. Thank you very much for the Super Mars. Who the fuck is that? Very baby, thank you very, very much. I'm so glad I get to see you guys again. Thank you for reminding me to tweet as well. Sort of cooler, thank you very much. Steffi Akuma, thank you very, very much. Goodness me, I have been having a whale of a time. I have been having a whale of a time, but it hasn't quite been a whale of a time without you. Evelyn, thank you very, very much. And Ora, thank you very much. I miss you too. So, I just want to say a couple of things. Yes, I know that I had been saying and how excited I was to be back, and then suddenly I disappeared again for another week. It's just awkward timing at the end of the day. It's just awkward timing, and I'm just really, really happy that I get to spend a little bit of time with you throughout, like, this strange, wild experience that I've been having with my best buds. It's been great. It's been really wonderful to get to see them, but I did want to take some time to reassure you that I'm okay and to get to spend some time with you, because it's been a while. Thank you very much to everyone with your membership messages. Thank you to everyone with the supers. I've got a lot to talk about. I mean, we already talked about a lot of it on Mr. Stream. Have fun, sir. Yes, exactly. Just here to say hi. Look at it. Look at it. My mouth is hanging open. Agape. Can I... Yeah, there you go. Ah. Thank you very much for coming, everybody. I had a lovely time. Gifted members from... Oh, what is your name? It doesn't say. It gets cut off by the thing. Thank you very much, though. And Candy, thank you for the Akasupa. Thank you very much, Togito, for the Akasupa. I miss you too. I miss you too. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say about that. Is the fact that, like, this trip has been planned for a very, very, very long time. God, why is my mouth just hanging open like that? Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Ah. Oh, that's better. Yes, so this trip has been... no, that's not better. Look at it. Whatever, man. Whatever, doesn't even matter. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop worrying about it. But yes, so it's a play. Yeah, it looks so stupid. Hold on, I have a solution. I have a solution. Old reliable over here. Yeah. The fucking selfie stick I've been using since debut. Allow me to resolve the problem. Whoop, whoop, whoop. How's that? Oh, look at upstairs. I'm looking down like, what the fuck? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hooray! Oh, it's something. It's something. All right. Okay. Anyway, I'm sick. I'm sick of worrying about that. Sick of worrying about that. Anyway, we've got that all figured out. My face is going to look a little weird today, but you guys are just going to have to cope. I'm afraid. You guys are just going to have to cope. But anyway, this is me back. With God, my BGM's a bit loud. Let me turn that down for you, my love. Don't worry about it. There you go. Okay, so thank you very much for coming, everybody. I had a really, really nice time today with, well, not today. Today I've mostly just been working, which has been a shame. I know a lot of the other boys have been doing their own thing today, but I really wanted to stream and sort of take advantage of that fact. But this morning I was doing a lot of work getting ready for the sponsored stream. And I can't say too much about it, but I imagine that you are going to be having a very interesting time should you choose to come along and join me tonight. Well, I know the BGM might be pretty, but if it's too loud, you need to let me know. There we go. Is that better? Oh, you dare. Oh my. Oh god, I don't even know what to say. I'm very emotional at the moment. Not just because I spent so much time without you lot, but also just, I think the experience of getting to be around everyone from Luxiem in a, oh, no BGM now. Okay, I did think it was a little quiet. Put it there. Okay. I've been very emotional because it's like I was listening to Mr's stream, and it's like one of the things that he was saying, the way that it's nice to just get to like walk with someone, you know, because like him, I don't get to do that very often. And so to have all 5 of us just relax together and to get to walk and go get some food, you know, just go do whatever it is we want, whenever it is we want to do it, being somewhere, doing something, it's incredible. And I don't know, like, it's just been so nice, and this is like it's like the first off collab that's not in the UK, and so I actually got to go somewhere this time. Maru, thank you for the Oxip. I'm missing you too, darling. Hopefully we'll get a chance to be a lot closer to each other later on, though. How was my flight? Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. I had so much fun. So we already told this story on Mr's stream, but I love the way he describes it. He said I blue screened, which is actually true. So just to update any of you who weren't there, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened to me. So like I said, I'd been watching the Mandela catalog, so I couldn't sleep. I needed to do work for the Showerhead sponsor stream. And I was also addicted to World of Warcraft, and I stayed up really late playing that as well. And so I stayed up all night the night before, because it's one of those things where the later it got, the possibility of me doing an all-nighter became a lot more real in my brain. And so I just sort of decided, like, oh, Jesus, I may need to just kind of do this. You know, I may need to just kind of figure this out. And so in the end, I wound up just deciding to stay up. And it was fine for the most part. I just went and I got the train to go and meet Mr. before we went to the airport, and that was fine. I was wide awake. And then we went to the pub while we waited for our gate to open, and that was fine as well. And it just kind of kept going and going and going, and we were all completely fine. We got very drunk. Oh, he got very drunk. I was tipsy, even though I drank more than him. But, you know, don't tell him I said that. And so we went to all of these lounges in the airport because we got business class, and so we were just like hanging out, going to all of these different lounges, feeling like we were living large, feeling like we were the biggest boys in town. And then I got in, and it's the way I was so emotional with everything they were giving us in business class. Like, yes, here is an aperitif. Here is your starter for the evening. Here is your blanket. Here is your giant 4K monitor. Here is everything. Here is your face mask. Here is your skin cream. Here is your toothpaste and toothbrush. And I was like, I'm living large. Oh, they gave me a blankie and a sheet to use on the business class seat, because with the business class seat, all you had to do was press a button. It goes like, and that's all it needed. And I was just like going up and down and up and down. And I was like, wow. That's literally all that it took. I genuinely think that, like I said, I looked outside, I saw the plane taking off, and I was like, wow, what? I literally turned off, to the point where the flight attendant was genuine. I think she thought I died, apparently. So when I woke up, Mr. I think had also been asleep for a little while. And so I woke up and I came to my senses slowly and quietly, alone, maybe 8 hours into the flight. Like, I was just... Suddenly, a blanket was over me, and I was reclined slightly, and my seatbelt had been... That was the big thing, is that my seatbelt had been removed. My seatbelt had been removed for me, and so I was like, someone's been fiddling with me. But literally, like, apparently the flight attendant was, like, poking me and was like, Sir? And I was like, I wasn't saying anything, I was dead. But the thing is, I was worried that when I asked Mr. after he woke up from his nap, I asked him, like, how exactly did I fall asleep? And he said, oh, no. So I was worried that I was going to have, like, leant back with my mouth wide open and gone like, because I remember when I got a plane back... Have I told the story about the time I got a plane back from Mexico before? That's a funny story. That's a really funny story. Have I ever told you guys about the time I took a plane back from Mexico before? Okay, that's a story I can tell. So, I went to Mexico a few years ago as a part of a charity thing. And on my way back, I was sat on this plane flying all the way. I think so we were in Mexico for a couple of weeks, and then we went back. We crossed the border over to San Diego to get our flight home. And it was on this flight home that, yeah, story within a story. It was on this flight home that I wound up, because obviously back then I couldn't afford anything close to business class, and so I was sat in economy in the aisle, like, chunk of seats next to this random kid I had never met. And on this flight back, there were 2 meals you could choose from. There was chili chicken, which I had, which I really liked. And there was the mushroom risotto. This kid next to me had the mushroom risotto. And I was sat there, and I was really enjoying my flight. You know, I was listening to music. I was just hanging out. And then at some point, this kid, he falls asleep. Yes, mushroom risotto. This kid falls asleep, and he falls asleep like this. His mouth was wide open. And pure, unfettered, creamy umami leftovers were just being breathed straight into my face. He was staring at me with his eyes closed. His eyes were closed, but his mouth was just, like, practically wrapping around my nose. He was so close, and it was just pure mushroom scent, umami goodness. Well, it wasn't good at all. It's like, imagine summoning umami straight from someone's stomach and projecting it all over me. So I was disgusted. And suddenly, I had an idea. My dinner, the chili chicken, for whatever reason, there was a single cherry tomato, a tiny little tomato that was in my chili chicken. And I was like, I've got an idea. And so after about maybe 45 minutes of just getting breathed on and psyching myself up to do this, I was like, he's never gonna know. So I got the little tomato, and like a fucking mortar strike from heaven, I just, and I threw it straight into his mouth. I must have summoned the accuracy of the gods at that very moment. I must have been blessed by Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, because that shit did not touch the sides. That shit went straight between his lips, and he was and he immediately woke up, but he was so tired, he did not look at me. And all I did was I said, "Oh my God, are you all right?" And then he was like, "Oh," and I think he just instantly swallowed the tomato. And he was fine after that, but all I did was I managed to save myself. So don't try that at home. There's an alternate universe where that man died, but it was a very small tomato, so it was fine. There's an alternate universe where that man died, but it was not this one, so I'm fine. I almost killed a man. No, he was going to be fine. He was going to be fine. I know the Heimlich maneuver. It was better than having that. It was better. Listen. There were about 8, 9, 10 hours left of that flight, and this man was showing no signs of waking up. I didn't want any more of that mushroom breath around my nose, so I figured if he died, it would be worth it for my own comfort. It was committed murder. It was really funny. Okay, but anyway, where was I before I began this story within a story? Where was I before that? Right. Okay, so I was worried I was going to be doing that, even though in business class you have the little windows or like the separators that go up, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But I was worried because it would have made me look weird and gross. So I did not, thankfully. But honestly, the way I did fall asleep, I think looked a little bit more worrying. Apparently, my eyes closed, partitions. That's it. My eyebrows went down. And I had a bit of a frown. I was like that. And I just sort of leant forward. And you know, like a squat where you kind of have your arms balanced on your, like, you're squatting with your arms, like, balanced on your legs. I was leant forward with this weird, like, on my face. And I was just dead asleep. Somehow balanced perfectly, not falling forward, backward, or anywhere. Just And so yes, both Mr. and the flight attendant thought I was dead. Aphrodisiac, thank you for the Akasupa. Feels almost surreal as if you were to know that Luxiem is together in person after over a year of the boys. Can't imagine how cool it is for the rest of you. Really happy to see you doing so well, you big lug. I will be weaponizing more tomatoes, thankfully. And thank you very much for that, Akasupa. It's been an incredible experience because all of these boys, it's like, the thing about this whole, I was in the Shinji pose, exactly. I was like in the Shinji pose, but like kind of sat up. I was like sat up and just hunched a little bit. But this experience has been incredible because honestly, you would think that creating like, because we didn't choose to be in this group. We were placed in this group. You know, we answered the call and we were assembled into this group. You'd think the chances of assembling a group of 5 VTubers would not result in the greatest social environment possible, but you couldn't be more wrong when it comes to Luxiem. We really do get along so well. And I think that this really sort of exemplified itself when I was hanging out with Mr. Because Mr. and I were literally like within kissing distance for like a good 30 hours, and it didn't feel awkward for a single second. You know, we just met up at the train stations, like, what's good? We went to the airport together, we were chatting, we were having banter, like there was not a dull moment. It was so easy to just talk to him and so easy to just kind of keep a conversation going and chat about work, chat about art, chat about life, chat about whatever it was, go and get some drinks. Like, I mean, yeah, we were sat drinking beer. He was having, what was it, Grand Mimosas in this pub in the airport. We were sat just sat opposite each other drinking for 4 hours, and it felt like just the easiest shit in the world. And it's the same way with all the rest of the boys. Ike, Luca, and now Shu, who I've met most recently in person out of all of Luxiem, all of us can just sit and have any kind of social setup whatsoever, and it's fantastic. It's so fantastic to get to talk to them all like this. It's just brilliant. And honestly, I think that getting to come out here and getting to spend time with them, it's like, I don't know, there's something very nostalgic about visiting a new country and doing so with my friends, especially after so many years of not being able to leave the UK due to COVID. It's just been so emotional for me. And again, just like when I was coming back from Christmas, I feel even more motivated now to keep doing good things and to keep causing more havoc and to just, I don't know. I'm kind of getting that sort of early Luxiem excitement back, because I don't know. I think after a while, when you've been in this business for a while, you sort of get so used to the way that everything works, and your perspective gets very skewed. You know, like, I don't really think about... Genuinely, I don't feel any more famous or successful than I was than the moment I started. It all feels the same to me. I don't really... I just sort of... The whole, like, the number of people, it just sort of scales itself up in my head. It's like percentage based. It doesn't really make a difference to me. And so now that I'm here, sometimes I just sort of get this moment where I recognize how lucky I actually am to be in this position and to have such good friends. And so, like, yeah, no, when it comes to me, nothing has changed. I am just going to keep doing everything that I'm doing so far and keep being as ambitious as possible, because, you know, it's not just about kind of doing things right for myself. It's about making my boys proud. It's about making you proud too. God, that showerhead stream is gonna be a great one. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Pei-chan, thank you for the super. And I want to say something else as well. Oh my god. I'm tearing up. What the fuck? What the fuck? What is... Oh no. Oh no. So, thank you, Nana77, for the Aka Super. Oh my god, I just started tearing up. Okay, let me... It's not too much. Let me just explain. So, I think I woke up really early this morning because I had napped yesterday afternoon, and then I got a good amount of sleep. I went to bed early the night that, like, later that night, and so I woke up really early, like 6:30, and I tweeted about how, like, oh, I'd like to stream today, and it felt like such a big moment for me, having grown as a content creator, because I'm going to be really honest with you. I was so, like, used to, because this has happened in other off collabs before, especially the second one. There were a couple or like a number of really, really weird, quite nasty people who I hope are no longer members of this community, who would say, why are you hanging out with your friends and not with us? And genuinely, when I posted my tweet, I was worried that I was going to be receiving the same kind of commentary from some fucking weird people, sort of saying, like, I don't know, because that's why I wanted to stream anyway, because I do miss you guys, but there's a little part of me that was like, oh, I shouldn't have left them alone for this long, and I should be spending time with them and not with my friends, right? But then to see that when I made that tweet and I said, like, hey, like, it was totally innocuous and I didn't have any weird feelings about it whatsoever. But it's like, I made that tweet because I knew the other guys are going to be busy, and I thought, oh, it'd be great to spend some time with my kindred, especially considering everyone else is busy today. And so I figured it would be a great time. And I made the tweet with that little expectation in my head that some people were going to be weird, like, oh, you know, where have you been? And all that kind of stuff. But, like, all of the response I saw to it was, like, to know that I was expecting the opposite, and I was expecting, oh, great, like, everyone here is doing amazing, and you're all being so wonderful to me, and saying, like, oh, you know, really happy to see you. And that's what I wanted, you know, just to get to spend some time with you guys. But to be honest, I felt like there was some motivation in making that tweet, even though I didn't have a plan, was because there was still a little part of me that's like, oh, some people are going to be weird about it. But then when I made that tweet, and without even asking for it, to see people telling me, no, if you don't want to, you can just spend time with your friends, I was like, oh, I felt so cared for. You know, I don't know. I felt so looked after for once. And it was really, really, really heartwarming. Because I don't know. There's a part of me that when I stream just as me, that I feel like I'm the caregiver. You know, and I sort of, I mean, I don't mean to scold you, even if you're into that. Sometimes it does feel like I have to babysit some of you. And so it's like, sometimes having a community of this size feels like you're trying to plug holes in a ship, and new random issues will crop up while you're looking at something else, and it's impossible to keep track of. And to just get the chance to go away on this trip where I was already worried about spending too much time. It's not about worrying about spending too much time with my friends. What I was worried about was announcing my return last week and then needing to go away again so soon, because this had been organized for a long time. Which obviously is fine, and I know I can take breaks, and I know you'll allow me, but it was so nice to just feel looked after, you know, to feel like people were giving me a nice hug and saying, like, no, just go off and have some fun, because, I don't know, I love you guys very much, like, genuinely very, very much, but like any healthy relationship, it's not healthy if the other person can't just take some time for themselves and take some time for their friends, you know. And so I really appreciate, like, the very kind members of this community for being kind back to me, because I really appreciate that. I mean, that's kind of always the sort of message that I've wanted to preach, is that your own life is so important, and having friends, relationships, and healthy ones at that is so important, that it's definitely raises a few interesting talking points, considering I didn't feel as though I deserved that for myself. But I'm getting better. I'm definitely getting better. And it's so nice to get to just spend that time with my friends as well. We get some lovely supers. Thank you, Safidisiak Chin. Thank you, Gabby Kitty. Huma, thank you very much. Thank you, Peichan. Thank you very much. Kays M, thank you. Maureen, thank you for the Aka Super. I'm really glad you want me to be happy. And I am happy. I'm extremely happy. Thank you to Usachi. The super chat ticker is being even more unwieldy today. It's not letting me do it! Come on! I'm fucking pissed. I am pissed. Let me read supers, I swear to God. Noriaki, thank you for the Akasu. I'm actually fucking annoyed. Let me go back. There was another one. There was another Akasupa that I missed. There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you to Connie, Mufang, Yan Chestnut. Thank you very much for the Akasupa. I miss you too. And Holly Jolly Paka. Thank you very much. Mars, thank you very much. And Arerereri, thank you very much for the Akasupa. Rachel Shen, Miriam, thank you very, very much. Yeah, it's been like a really incredible experience in molding with love. It's like, I want to thank supers. It was being really weird. Nuki, thank you very much. Now, volume up too loud. I'm sorry, I was mad. Rebecca M. Kuroi 2.0, thank you very much. Oh, I can't wait to go out with the boys tonight. Hopefully I'll get some time after the sponsored stream is over. I'd really like to go to a restaurant with them. And if not today, then tomorrow. We've got a bunch of time left. Strong kindred moment. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if that's the kind of warmth that I come to expect, then I really do have a very lovely community, don't I? What is a kumquat? I actually still don't know. I've never had one, but at least I know it's not a calquat. It's not the one from RuneScape, because that's a completely unrelated and different thing. Ay, ay, ay. Mwah. 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 Exactly. Iron Oshi, iron fans. Like Oshi, like fans. Very, very good. So, what else is there to talk about, I wonder? Well, I have a bunch of ideas for content when I get back. I'd like to do another episode of Under the Table. And I'm wondering, I have a couple ideas for guests within Niji and a few ideas for guests outside of it as well. Dorado as well, thank you for the Akasupa. Always going to be here for you. Thank you. I'll always be here for you too. So I want to bring Under the Table back, and I've got a few ideas for guests. Obviously, do not go to any person I mention as a prospective guest and sort of ask them to do it, because if they choose not to, that's like for them. But two people I would like to get on right now that I've got my eyes on are Doppio and Millie. Doppio, because I'm scared of him. I'm scared of his brain, and if anything, I feel as though, like I said, if we were able to crack open his brain and look inside, I feel as though it would trigger the end of the world. I don't know what's going through his head 24/7, but I want to know. And Millie, because apparently she's a heavyweight, and so am I. So I'm really interested to see which one of us keels over and dies first. It was probably actually going to be Millie, because I mean, from what I hear, I can drink a lot of alcohol before I get completely wasted, whereas apparently Millie just doesn't feel anything. She's like a psychopath when it comes to alcohol. So we'll see. We'll see. Roku, thank you very much. Swing, thank you. Why'd you have to do it like that? He slowly started tickling my fucking waist. You cunt, what's wrong with you? God fucking the way I squealed like a little bitch. Listen, he literally with like one finger came down and he just tickled my waist. It was like wee 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 wee. That was the worst shit. Oh my god. Is there not another chair in here? Oh, Jesus Christ. Go pee anyway. You fucking dickhead.
Enjoy your stream.
I will. See you later, you fucking asshole. God damn. My headphones have turned the wrong way now. The fuck is that? There it is. What the fuck is that? I already know you motherfuckers are gonna clip the sound of me squealing like a fucking child. Oh, God. No, I'm not ticklish. I was just scared. He just got one finger and he just like gently rubbed my waist, and I was like, Jesus Christ. There you go. Some of you are definitely going to jerk off to the sound of me squealing like a baby, but whatever floats your boat. Frost, thank you very much. Aurelia, thank you very much for the Akasupa. Happy birthday to you on Wednesday. Very sweet for you. Rakstan Sinwa, thank you. Suming, thank you. Veronia, thank you very much. The shower heads have been sold out twice. Tagaki, you're fucking welcome. I ain't even do the stream yet. Swing, Ran, thank you very much. Andrew M. Vox, what if you said kumquat but with a C and without the quad? What would that be? Cum. Oh. One of my favorite liquids. Right up there with beer. Emily Tsung, Omishia Michelle, thank you very much. Enjoy your time with the boys. I will try to. Thank you very much. Sapphire, thank you. That is not my BGM. Thank you very much. Sapphire, Rumi, thank you very much. And Rose, thank you so much for the supers. Chat is big today. I definitely need to update the look of chat on my normal stream because it's getting a little old. I want it to look a little different. Thank you very much for the Akasupa. I love your name. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday, my darling. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything, you sweet thing. Happy birthday. Yes, guys, remember to keep emotes to 3. I still need to add that fucking rule to my upload defaults because I'm stupid. Oh, it's a rainbow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Oh God, I don't know what else to talk about. What is my favorite flower? It's a forget-me-not, of course. Purely because I like the name. It's little blue boys. Tokito, thank you for the Akasupa. Spend more time with your friends to cherish such a rare moment. I'll be happy for you all. Thank you, Tokito. No, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Ishkagils, for continuing that. Jade, thank you very much for the super. Make sure to get very wasted with the boys. Oh, I will. Sato, thank you very much. Yes, if we can set up some kind of drunk watch-along, that would be great. So, Sadi, thank you. I ain't cute. I'm not cute! Don't look at me and call me cute. I'll have you... Do you know how many people I've killed? No. You could see the blood staining my hands. You would not be calling me cute. But so be it. You only seal your fate. You only seal your fate. Yes. Anyway. Thank you, KZM. Thank you, Kuruneko. Ishkuz. Kendra Bratton. Evelyn. Elita, thank you very much. Last year I said I'm 70 days clean. You're a year clean. Well done, Elita. That's wonderful fucking news. That is wonderful news. I'm so fucking proud of you. Give me a kiss, bitch. Give me a fucking kiss. Hopefully you weren't a year clean of kisses, because I've just ruined your sobriety. Tugst, thank you very much. Misa, thank you. Pilcat, did you receive the letters from Kindred? I might. I've been having some trouble. I believe staff sent me something, but I'm not sure if they got the right address. It might have been my old one. There's a package somewhere that I need to pick up. Arabella, thank you very much for the super. Happy birthday. Glad you had a wonderful birthday on the 5th, or at least I hope you did. Snowneko, Miratris, Youngju, thank you very much. A name I can't read. I ain't cute, bitch. I ain't cute at all. Apolia, oh, so many supers. Luna, thank you. Ariane, Connie, thank you very much. Heather Holloway, Surkula, thank you very, very much. I'm not fucking cute. Albacores, thank you. And Kuju, thank you very much as well. Definitely not one confirmed death. That's true. That's the thing, right? I'm such a meditated and calculated killer that when I threw that tomato into his mouth, I knew it wouldn't kill him. I just knew it wouldn't kill him. Nah, he's fine. I just knew. It was really funny. He was like, oh. I knew it wouldn't kill him. I knew the exact angle. Oblivion Avenue, Rebecca M. Edax, thank you very much. Kerle, thank you. Gladys, thank you. And Crystal Kiss Deficiency, thank you for the Akasupa. Ooh, I'm glad you guys enjoyed my handwriting. You're so fucking down bad, and that makes me smile. I like being thirsted after. You're kiss deficient. Well, here you go. Let me dab you up. Yamping, thank you very much. Smee, thank you. Sonoka, thank you very much. Eleanor, thank you very much. Toriko, thank you very much. You guys are doing wonderfully for me today. Thank you for all of the supers. I really appreciate it. Norin, thank you so much. God, I'm wondering what else there is that I want to talk about. Yes, lots of ideas for contents. There's Under the Table. Going to continue with Donkey Kong Tuesday. I'm going to finish Donkey Kong Country next stream. I swear to fucking God. We've only got 2 areas left to go. And then I'll do Donkey Kong Country 2. And then I don't think Donkey Kong Country 3 is on the Switch. So I'll probably just move straight on to DK64. If I can play that. I don't think DK64 is on the Switch. Can you hook a Nintendo 64 up to OBS? I'm not sure. DK64 Switch. It's not, is it? Is it on the Switch thing? Taskeru, thank you, Crystal, for the super. Probably somehow. I mean, it's a it's a home console, so I imagine with like sort of AV cables to HDMI converter, I'd probably be able to do it, and nice and legally too, by purchasing a Nintendo 64, as you should. Make sure you pay respects to the companies that makes the game you love. Trish, thank you very much. Yana, thank you. Addy Linus, thank you very much. Kuri-san, thank you for the Hakusupa. I miss you so much. Oh, I miss you too, darling. Thank you, Cinnaboneri. I'm happy you're all enjoying yourselves. Miss you too, darling. I have a couple ideas for ASMR that I'd like to do. See, here's the thing, right? I'm sort of having this weird, like, half and half, where, like, the sussy side of ASMR, I've definitely done a lot of, but it's not like I don't miss it. So I'm just thinking about whether do I need to figure out a middle ground? No, I kind of just need to go with what my heart says in the moment, you know. Nuki, thank you. And Yuki, thank you for the Aksupa. Nuki and Yuki, thank you for the Aksupa, Yuki. That's it. I'm going to do what I want, because I do have some ideas for very sexually suggestive ASMR. If I was to do another one, I'll tell you what, I don't think I would do something on the level, at least not for the time being. Will I change my mind in the future? Who knows? It's not about me trying to live up to someone else's expectations, about what I feel comfortable with. And right now, I'm sort of in this weird middle ground where I want to push myself and do some fun stuff, but I don't want to go too far. So I think if I was to do one, here's one that I really wanted to do. I think if I wanted to do one that was a little sexy, I would want to do one that was more suggestive rather than having an actual, like, full-blown sex scene in it, because, like, that kind of thing, I enjoy doing it in the moment, but it's the kind of thing that I try to ignore the fact that I ever did, and, like, that's not good. So there's this one idea for... Yes, I'd forgotten. Okay, the next one is the worm, because that's going to be funny. Right? I want to do one that's genuinely cracked and hilarious, but is also kind of sweet in its own way. Like, what's a good comedy movie I'm thinking of? One that's, like, very funny, but also very sweet. One that's, like, supposed to be really silly, but in the end it turns out to be genuinely wholesome. Princess Bride. The kind of vibe you get from Princess Bride, where it's a very silly parody movie, but then the granddad really appreciates his son and it's very wholesome and it's like, oh, that kind of thing, right? Like the Princess Bride, but not like fantasy parody or whatever. The kind of thing where you go in like, what the fuck is this? And you laugh, but then it genuinely makes you feel something. I want to do the worm ASMR, but then the next week after that, I'm thinking I might do, well, if it's not too plot-focused, I might do tattoo artist, right? Like some sort of like very mysterious character who gives you a tattoo in a very intimate area, let's say. Maybe he's giving you a womb tattoo, right? And so obviously you've got like some nice opportunities for triggers with the tattoo gun, like the and then of course you can have some nice whispers, and then you can get very flirtatious, and then if it decides to go farther than what I'm planning, maybe it will. If it doesn't, that's also within my purview. But yeah, something, I think doing stuff that's like suggestive and very intimate is still something I'm very comfortable with. So I'd like to do stuff like that. I think my biggest wake-up call to like, I don't want to give all of that up, I just need to kind of do what makes me happy in the moment, was when we had a Billy stream recently where I whipped out the old ASMR mic and we had like a nice sort of intimate cuddly chat and all of that kind of stuff. I really enjoy that sort of thing. I really enjoy knowing that I'm in your head and knowing that you're thinking about me, and to get to make you feel loved and flustered and to give you kisses and warmth and all of that kind of stuff. I've always loved that, and I want to keep doing that. And so I think that being intimate in that sort of way is very attractive to me, and it's the sort of thing that I know I do. I know I'm good at it. So I'm going to keep doing it because I enjoy it too, right? Exactly. Do what makes me happy. And so I will. Thank you, Kari, Betty, for the super. Thank you, FF, Aurelia. Thank you very much. Haruka, Tobias. Thank you very much. Sena, Evelyn. Thank you very much. Yoda. Thank you very much as well. Ebony. Thank you very much. Stray Apple. Thank you so much. Sadina. Foxyberry, thank you very much. Discharged from the hospital today. Oh, congratulations. I'm so glad that you're alive and healthy. Wonderful to see that. I'm really glad you're okay. Sammy the Frog, thank you very much. Miss you lots if you're having fun with the boys. Oh, that's good to know. Tamamaki, thank you very much. I am having a lot of fun with the boys. Having a wonderful time with the boys. Kati, thank you for the 20 gifted members. You guys are so kind to me. Kia, super chats. Kia, mwah. Thank you very much. Tamaki, Remune, Helen, thank you very much. So what else would I like to talk about today? Well, there are a bunch of things. So that's an idea for content. So we've got the Worm ASMR next week, Tattoo Artist the week after. I am absolutely going to keep doing the teaching streams because I loved that last one. And I was really like, nervous going into it because it's the first big collab that I've hosted. I mean, I've hosted collabs before, like group collabs, but most of the time it's been about 4 or 5 people at most. The biggest collab I think I had hosted all on my own channel before was the Luxiem game show, which obviously already took very heavy cues from Mister's game shows, and I'm really appreciative to him for like having done such a fantastic job in the past and allowing me to kind of pick up where he left off. But I really want to keep going with the acting school and get lots more Niji members, because we were robbed not getting Pomu to attend. I know she wants to attend, and she's a terrific actress, and I really want her to take part. But there are so many other people in Niji who I know would love to have a great time. So maybe even expanding to beyond Niji in the future would be a really nice idea. I just kind of want to keep mixing it up, come up with some new interesting ideas for it, and by the end, I want to be like Jack Black in School of Rock. I want to be this big, larger-than-life character who brings all of these nervous kids out of their shell and is like, you know, I want to be like that scene with just making something happen with the class, so that my own improv lives up to their standard. You know, when they're all acting, they're showing off their talents, and it's like, yeah, you know, you get to see your Oshi, you know, whoever you are. If you're like if you're a sidekick, if you're a briscadet, if you're a phantomer, if you're a pentomer, like whatever, all the different people who are there, you got to see your Oshi do something they might not have done before, and that's great, right? So what I want to do is to be like, you know that scene in School of Rock where they write a brand new song. Jack Black is like, all right, let's write a song. You know, if someone was pissing you off, what would you say? It's like, step off. It's like, what makes you mad more than anything in the world? Chores. And he goes, I had to do my chores today, so now I'm ready. Take off! And he just writes this song and brings this incredible performance. Then at the end, he does like a whole guitar solo. He kicks over a desk. I just want to be able to do that and kind of make people laugh, but also bring out the best in them as well. Arthur, Azuki Joko, thank you very much. Lou Elf, thank you for the Akasupa. No, I'm not fucking cute, you bitch. You fucking bitch, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you with kindness. Thank you, Choco Nugget as well. Thank you, Gristle, for the Akasupa. Really appreciate that. Kunami, Olivia, Shinju, thank you very much. Remune, Helen, thank you. Tamamaki, thank you. Foxy Bodhi, thank you very much. And Coney and Kendra Bratton, thank you very, very much. Really appreciate all of that. I'll kill you with kindness. Baishan, thank you very much. No, I don't have a cute side. The only cute side I've got, it doesn't exist. It's hidden away deep inside. You're never gonna see it, and if you ever see it, I'll kill you. If I told you that, I'm afraid I'd have to kill you. Moshe, thank you very much. Meowie, thank you very much. Jade Oracle, thank you very much. You won round of death by kisses. I'm glad I'm happy too. Oh, and thank you very much to Munmun for the Akasupa. Why me, my darling. Say, thank you so much. Also, so I have a number of, God, I've been having a load of ideas for like projects to do this year, and they're all quite far off in the future, but I'm having a lot of really big plans, like a lot of ideas, and there are only a couple that are actively in the works, but I would like to have done a lot by the end of the year. I would like to sort of really, my main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. My main goal for this year, as well as everything else that I've talked about, I want to tell you more of my story. And I have the main lore project, which is still being worked on. Swing and Muerta, thank you very much. Meowpuff, thank you very much. Yes, I'm really, really glad you enjoyed it. And it's a lot of those live tweets that, you know, that I saw of people saying how great the collab was that made me want to do more of it, you know. Luna Noctuarts, thank you for the Akasupa. Hope, miss seeing you on stream. Hope you had a good holiday. I really, really did. And thank you for that's for Rainbow Super. Thanks for being a source of entertainment. Thank you so, so much. I can't wait to see what else you have in store for us. Sending this one to say my friend Casper enjoys your content. Well, Casper, really glad you do. Thank you so, so much. But yes, first time attempting a Rainbow Super. Hey, you did well. Those were all like, like one after the other. They were great. That took a lot of planning. But anyway, like I was saying, my main goal, I want to flesh out my story a lot. And I really, really want to be able to talk about it. but I can't, obviously. So the lore project is most likely going to take longer than we had anticipated. But this is mostly because I've been chatting with a lot of different people to sort of address different sides of it. So I can confirm. I'll give you some. I'll give you no teasers, let's say, but I'll tell you more of what to expect. So, yes, because it's been delayed a little bit, I want to let you guys know a little bit about what to expect, okay? So, I have been chatting with Diego, and whether or not it's going to be him or someone he knows, we will be having a orchestrated soundtrack using real musicians, not maybe with little digital aspects, but with real musicians. It is. I'm just wondering how much should I say? I really want to share just a little bit, but okay. I mean, really, from what I'm planning on saying, there's really no way that you could figure out what's actually going to happen. The story itself takes place after everything. So it takes place a long, long time ago, but it was in the days following the fall of the castle. And that's all I'm going to say, okay? So it's sort of set in that time period. And then some very interesting events happen, and my plan is to make it something that is... my plan is to make something that feels like you're watching a film. And one of the reasons why it was delayed, actually, is that I got on call with the artist recently because I was hit with a spark of inspiration. And I said, let's take this one scene and let's like really big this up. Let's make this one feel huge. And so that's most likely going to take a lot longer than it was originally, but it'll be better for it. And so I'm really, really interested. And we've been attempting to contact some voice actors, which obviously their work can't begin until the principal artwork is finished. But we're going to be looking into that very, very soon. And we have some good names lined up, some very, very good names you'll recognize. And I really can't wait for you to see that as well. And so I'd love to keep teasing, but I need to keep this under wraps because it is a very, very exciting project. So I can't wait. My current guess... it's difficult to say. My current guess may be April. It would be good because April is a big month. That's my birthday. But it's difficult to say. It's very difficult to say because when you only have one person working on so much, things can happen. Things can change, and so I shan't say too much, but I'm envisioning sometime around April or a little after it. Difficult to say, but who knows? So that's all I'm gonna say. Before I say too much, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I'd like to reassure you that no matter what you think is going to happen, it won't. Okay, just have some faith. Okay. New Sidonia on Spotify, that is going to happen this month very, very soon. I'm not quite sure exactly when, but it will be happening soon. So we're just keeping an eye out, waiting for that to happen. You have to acquire permissions from the original songwriter and get a load of stuff going. So it's going to take a little while, but it should be this month. Thank you very much to Lady Lily for the Akasupa. Love you too, darling. Thank you very, very much. So there's that. What other content ideas that I have? So I've already played Mario Kart DS. The next DS game I'd like to play on stream is Nintendogs, because I think that is just going to be the most hilarious shit. I was addicted to Nintendogs when I first played that game. I don't think I've ever been so glued to a DS game in my life. I just have so many memories of being stuck, like, always turning back to go check on my dog. I don't know why I found it so beautiful. I don't know why I was so caught up in it, but I was. I loved Nintendogs to absolute death and back. Genuinely. Bum-ba-da-bum. So yes, Nintendogs. Gonna be playing that. Nintendogs. Couple ASMR streams. I'd like, obviously going to continue Dorian Gray. I would like, thank you very much for the supers, guys. Thank you. Please name the dog Bowser. Like Doug Bowser. Dog Bowser. Brilliant. Mars, thank you very much. And Gremlin, thank you. Is the comment you did with Mary still going to be posted? Yes, absolutely. Obviously just been busy at the start of this year, but we've been chatting about it, so we're definitely going to try and finish. Oh, the comic is finished. I just need to post it and then get along with getting the voiceover done, which should take a little, it might take a little while, but I'll try and do it as soon as I can. I'm not cute! Shut up! Shut up! Thank you. Teskaru. Hachiwong, thank you very much. Evelyn, will it be post-nut stream after the Worm ASMR? Yeah, sure. Why don't we have some post-nut RuneScape? I might actually do post-nut Warcraft instead, because that's what I've been addicted to. God damn, I've been so addicted to it. I've been playing so much Dragonflight. I'm so happy because the rest of it had really, the rest of the story had really gotten away from me, and when it came to Battle for Azeroth and Shadowlands, I was just like, and then suddenly this new one comes along and it's like, yo, you can ride a dragon, and it's not just unlocking the Z-axis now. You can do all of that stuff, and I was like, oh, it's like, and we're gonna add this new race and class that are really fun to play, and you can make your character super cute, and I was like, oh. I am playing Dragonflight. I have completed the first 2 wings. I've only gotten to Raid Finder level so far. I've been doing a lot. I finally started doing Mythic Plus, and I understand why it's so addictive, because you just finish it and then you keep going. You just finish it and then it's like, all right, well, now it gets harder. Now it gets harder, and you just keep leveling up and getting better and better gear. I got a new staff from the Great Vault. I just keep going. I just keep going. World of Wormcraft. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a really funny story. So, I remember about, how long ago must this have been? How long ago? This must have been at least 15 years ago. I remember that was the first time I played World of Warcraft. 15 years ago. First time I ever played World of Warcraft. It must have been during Wrath of the Lich King. I was at home with my parents. And I remember having this weird conversation with my dad. I was playing World of Warcraft, and I was showing him the game, and he was like, "What you playing, son?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And I was playing a rogue, I think at the time. I was a night elf rogue. That was my first ever character, and I was just running around, and I showed him the combat, and he was like, "Oh, it's very violent." And I was like, "Dad, you're literally a demon from the depths of hell." And he was like, "Well, I've renounced those ways since then, son. I'm a better man. You know, you shouldn't. It might cause some bad thoughts in you. You shouldn't be playing something so violent." And I was like, "Oh yeah, really?" And it's like, "Yeah, you know what? They should make a different game." And I was like, "What game should they make, Dad?" And he said, "They should make a game. How about?" It was like, "Look at this." And he started looking at the game, and he was like, "All right, you've got your abilities, you've got your health and stuff, and you've got a level. All right. What about this? World of Woolcraft." And I was like, "Huh?" He said, "Yes, World of Woolcraft. World of Woolcraft is where instead of leveling, it's your different classes are different types of wool, and you level up your ability to knit." I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yes, each level you unlock, you become faster and more efficient at knitting. And it's all about, and your guild is you meet up with other players and you sit in a circle and you knit scarves together. Wouldn't that be so much better, son?" And I was like, "Dad, I can't say that doesn't sound kind of cute." I don't know why, of all people, it was my dad who came up with that. Because my dad is the kind of guy to watch a film and be like, "Give me some action. Where's the fun?" It's like that JonTron bit where it was like, "First thing I came out of after seeing the Titanic is I said, 'Where's the fighting?'" That's my dad. My dad comes out of every movie and he's like, "Where was the fighting?" But then suddenly he's like, "Okay, we don't want violence in World of Warcraft. We want knitting. Let's have a knitting thing." He'd be very happy to learn about the profession system. I've been doing enchanting, but I don't really know what the most proficient, what the S tier professions are at the moment. Shem, thank you very much. This guy, thank you. Karina, thank you very, very much. Make love, not Warcraft. Don't be that. Who has no life. Or a basement dweller who calls for mom when they need to party. Wouldn't you love that, though? Wouldn't you love being able to just not get up? I mean, I don't want to call my mom. I'd like to have some kind of high-tech chair that I can just take a dump in. Oh, I was watching some TikToks. I don't have TikTok, but sometimes I see compilations of them. And I found the guy who says, the design is very human. I found that guy. And yeah, the knitting hand cam. I forgot about that. I did used to knit a lot when I was younger. Okay. I'll try and remember that. Yeah, knitting hand cam. Okay. Yeah, that'll be good to do when I get home. The design is very human. I found that guy, and I just remembered it because of like the toilet. It's like sometimes when you sit down on the toilet, it can be very boring. So we have created this swing toilet that you can use to, or like the one where it's like you inevitably stink when you take a shit. So sit on this, climb a ladder, and then watch as the shit falls down. Become a toilet streamer, maybe. Toilet selfie, toilet this. Okay. Also, you guys. I know I made a big hoo-ha about it. You probably just heard if you're a keen listener. Because I've been traveling, I did forget to shave. My beard is back, if only temporarily. My beard is back, if only temporarily. I'm going to shave soon. But I went out here and I couldn't find my fucking electric razor was broken. It wasn't working before I went traveling, and so I've had this scruffly beard that's come back recently because I've been neglecting to shave it. So my beard has returned for a little bit. Thank you very much for Mio Angelo for the Aka Super. This mini Zats is like an energy boost. Oh, wonderful! I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, wait, thank you very much. Once again, shooting my shot for ear rubs, cups, massage, either normal ASMR or massage. Oh, masseuse ASMR. Now that is a good one. That is a good one. I'll have a think about that. Would I ever play Warcraft 3 live? I did. Oh, I did love Warcraft 3. I've already beaten that game, but yeah, that might be good. Mars, thank you, and Caroline, thank you very much. Looking forward to your big movie. It's my movie ticket. I look forward to it. It's not going to come for a while, but you know, we'll see. God. I'm just wondering that if I don't know, when the day does come that I sort of give, because at this point I will, like it's almost a certainty that someday with the amount that I've, you know, very thankfully been able to earn from this job, that I will be able to self-fund a little movie. The day that comes, what'll I make it about? I don't know. You know, that's another idea I had for a stream at some point. What I'd like to do is to do a stream. So you know how we had like the story writing stream a long time ago, where we sat there and we wrote the story about Ike and about Squike and everybody and Freddy Fazbear, and they all started fucking on the boat, you know? That was funny, but I'd like to do a stream where we write like an actual screenplay together, like a good one, where we genuinely think carefully about the characters and we try to make something brand new. You know, it's not fan fiction, nothing to do with Luxiem, nothing to do with me, brand new characters, all new setting, something that could genuinely be made into a film, you know, and something preferably that I have the practical means to create. Would I create it? I don't know. But I don't know. I think it would have the same sort of draw as that acting stream, because it's like I always say about acting, is it's about shedding one's own ego. It's about like getting rid of the assumption that people are watching you and just letting your creativity shine through. And so with that, I think what I would need to do is accept that in my own way as well, you know, to be able to say like, I don't care that everyone's watching me. I'm just going to write this dialogue. I'm going to write this part, write that part, and I don't mind. I don't give a shit how good it sounds. We're just going to try and do something, because you got to get some practice in. You know, I haven't written a script for anything in a long time, and I'd like to get some practice in. So I think that would be a lot of fun. I'd like to do that very much. I really, really would. Hard to have so many co-writers. Yeah, I mean, that was that old one. I don't know how much I'll let you guys backseat it. I think what I'll do is come up with my own idea, and then if I struggle, I'll like go to you guys for like Kowalski analysis. I'll be like, guys, how do we continue this? How do I write myself out of this corner? Or like, how do I resolve this plot hole? And then if there is a plot hole, you guys can be like, dude, there's a plot hole. And I'll be like, ah, shit, you know, because I don't know. To me, I feel like when I write, it's less so about the plot itself and more so about character. I feel like that's also what interests me in film and literature as well, is that I honestly, if the plot makes no sense, I won't care as long as the characters are enjoyable. Like, if I'm attached to the characters and if I enjoy what they're going through and if I'm interested in seeing them succeed or if I'm interested in seeing them fail or if I'm just along for the ride, the plot can be anything. As long as it genuinely makes, as long as it makes some sense, as long as it follows along, then whatever, you know, as long as the characters are fun, like, that's all they really need to be. And of course, sometimes the plot makes no fucking sense, and sometimes if it's very plot heavy, then a bad plot will ruin it. But, I mean, you give me a movie with no plot whatsoever, where it's just characters sat in a room talking for 2 hours. If they're good characters, I would love that. I mean, I hate to break it to you guys, but I mean, what else is a live stream but someone sat in a room talking to themselves, right? Thank you, Fern, for the super. Ugh. I need to stretch. I need to get ready for some crack. Oh. Oh. Hang on. Oh, yes. Oh, delightful. Wow, that's absolutely delightful. Fantastic. Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. Estella Daland, thank you very much. If you could do one thing to make the world better, what would it be? Oh, shit, I forgot! That's what I would do! Okay, I'll answer your question and announce something. Flan, thank you very much. Sweet97, Meowie, thank you very much. And Saphrodisiac, thank you for the supers. Guys, the feature for YouTube Giving has been approved. They gave it to me. Staff got in touch with YouTube and they fucking made it happen. So the charity stream can go ahead very, very soon, and it will. So, my plan is to do something. I was really inspired by Jacksepticeye's Giftmas stream that I dropped in on for. I didn't drop in on it like a guest or anything, but I watched it for a bit, and I was really inspired by it. So, either next week or the week after, I'm going to get some assets commissioned, and I'm going to have something looking fancy, and I'm going to do a 24-hour stream raising money for Rise Above the Disorder, where what we do is we have guests on, we play games together, we do all sorts of different things just to encourage as many people as possible to give to this charity. Because of my own journey regarding mental health, the biggest roadblock that I ran into, and the only reason that I was able to make so much progress for myself when I did, was because of how financially stable I've become because of this job. And I'm aware that the vast majority of people not only would be financially struggling anyway, but the fact is, being mentally ill and requiring mental help and diagnosis is harder, or rather, it's more expensive, and earning that money is harder when you're struggling with that. And so, helping to pay for people's therapy would make me very happy. And so that's my motivation for it. The goal is to just make as much money from that as possible. Like, I don't really know what to set as like a goal. I don't know. I feel like you guys, I mean, listen. We were, last year, the third most super chatted channel on all of YouTube. I feel like 100,000 is not outside the realm of possibility. If we get lots of people to come visit, I feel like 100,000 is possible, but maybe I should set that as like a stretch goal. You know, I'd like to aim for the stars, because I think that would be really, really sweet, you know, to be able to raise that much money for charity. We'll certainly try. Nothing too absurd. Maybe 50K, maybe 100K. Well, like, we'll see. But we'll definitely set a goal and do our best to reach it in the time that we've got. I think 24 hours is a good amount of time, you know, because you guys have been very kind to me on my birthday and when we hit 1 million subs. And so for charity, who knows what we can achieve, you know? I'll definitely want to shoot for the stars and try and set lots of fun goals, do batsu, that kind of thing. But if you guys have suggestions for things that we can do on that stream, please send them to my live tag, because I would love to know something fun that we could maybe make happen at some point. If you have ideas for fun activities, then whatever, you know, let's give it a try. What charity? It's called Rise Above the Disorder, and it's a charity that is specifically made for the goal of paying for people's therapy, which is something very important to me. set a small goal and gradually increase it. Yeah, maybe we'll start with 50k and then up it to 100k if it comes in quite quickly. Idika, thank you very much for the super. So we'll see, we'll see. And what I like to reassure everyone is that with YouTube Giving, that system that's been enabled, what it means is YouTube don't take a cut, Any Color don't take a cut, I don't take a cut. It goes, it never touches anyone's hands but the charity. It just goes straight to them. And so that's like the most important part. There's no like worried about like, oh, how much of my money is actually making it to the charity? All of it does. And that's why I didn't go straight ahead with it, because if I had just taken that money through Super Chat, so little of it would have actually reached the charity in the end that it would have felt kind of insulting, you know, to your generosity. So that's going to be fun. God, I can't believe I almost forgot that. I remember when staff let me know that I had unlocked that feature, I was like, but I completely forgot, probably because I've been so excited with all of this stuff happening with Luxiem. Oh my god, dude, business class. Hey. Oh, I was living large. I don't often feel wealthy, you know. I guess it's like I do genuinely believe that, like, you know, the whole thing with it is that true wealth is freedom, and true wealth is like having a wealth of experiences and a wealth of friends and relationships and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes you do enjoy a few of the finer things in life, and it's like, oh, I'm living large. And I think that was when I went with Mr. to the airport, and we went to those lounges, you know, that you only unlock when you get business class. It's like they're fucking hidden. It's like they're fucking hidden away. We just sort of was like strolling around the airport, and then we kind of popped open a door like, oh, wonder what's in here. And then suddenly opposite a gate, there's like a tiny little corridor, and you go up a lift, and it's like fountains, some lady behind a thing, plants. You walk inside and you see some big, like a humongous bar with all the drinks you could possibly want. All of them are free. People sat down, as much food as you could eat, and you're just walking around like, huh. So this is what it's like. And you sit down, and I've never done this before, but I was so happy when I did. So we sat down. I believe it was the United Airlines lounge, and we sat down, and we just we were sat at the bar. I obviously got it. I got another beer. What kind of beer was it that I got from there? It was some bottled beer. I can't remember what it was, but it was from there. And we sat there, and Mr. and I were drinking, and then I finished my beer, and I looked over at the bartender, and I just did the thing where I take two of my fingers and I tap the bar. I was like, and he was like, he just sort of nodded and then went and got me another beer, and I was like, oh, I'm living large. I was having a really nice time. And then, of course, when you get on the plane, it really feels like that again. You know, you get on the plane, and for business class, you have a special entrance. And so we went onto business class, and we sat down with. It was amazing to get to like hang out with Mr. Sort of right, like it's amazing we got to sit next to each other as well. But it's like it was the middle seat where you have like that little partition, and you can just put it up or down depending on if you're taking a nap or if you want to chat to each other. You can put it up or down. And so we sat in business class. They came in and they were like, "Hello, sir. Here is your starter for the night. Here is this. Here is that." I was like, "Oh, really? Oh, wow, thank you. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you." And then they gave me like a little toothbrush, and they gave me, and they had a really big screen TV, like a 4K monitor, and I sat there, and I was like, wow. Oh, wow, this is so cool. Oh, I'm going to cry. And I was like just so overwhelmed with all of the luxury of it. And then I was like, wait, how does this seat work? Because you're already in your own little like compartment, like you're on a train with business class. And so I was like, how does this work? And I looked at the controls. And like I said earlier, you just click on like a little button with like a ZZZ on it or whatever it is. And it just goes and it just slowly lowers down, and then it connects with like the little footrest, and suddenly you've got a whole bed. Unfortunately, it was a little small for me. I had to like angle myself diagonally to actually stretch myself all the way out. I was amazed that I actually could, because I'm a little taller in real life, and so I was like, you know, trying to sort of shove my head in, you know, and like my head kept hitting the back. But if I like angled myself diagonally, then it was all right. Millage. And so that was definitely an interesting experience. But of course, I didn't have the luxury of doing that because I fucking passed out before I had the chance to do that. And so they came in and they, while I was passed out, they presumably unbuckled my belt, and which definitely was, I was like, oh god, what's happening? I looked down, I saw the belt had just been removed, and I was like, someone fiddling with my pants? The hell's going on in here? What the hell? I just realized I forgot to put my, I was wearing different pants the other day. I realized I forgot to put my belt on. And these jeans, they're not exactly a tight fit. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh well, I'll have to go back and get that later. Fiddling with his diddle. Fiddle diddle. Riddle diddle. When your Oshi is too big to fit. Ah, how familiar. Michiko, thank you for the Akasupa. My lord, Daisuki, Luxiem Daisuki. A Pokemon game someday, that would be nice. I used to... Okay, actually, I do have a Pokemon game on my DS. The most nostalgic Pokemon game for me is Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, which is not an ordinary Pokemon game, but it's one that I enjoy. You know, where Darkrai is the main villain. So maybe I'll play that eventually. Like, I remember I got that one when I first got my DS, and I didn't know what a normal Pokemon game actually was. And so I tried playing that one instead. Me confused. Yeah, me confused. What did I have to eat? Oh, I had this beautiful, like, board. Oh, I had this stewed beef for dinner on the plane, and oh god, it was so nice. It was like broccoli, gravy, and this like very tender beef with rice, and then and obviously I kept being like, can I have another beer? And I was like, excuse me, can I have a beer? 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 I must have had like 7 before we landed. Thank you very much, Adididi. From Sue, thank you very much. It was great to see you today. Missed you so much. Missed you too, my darling. It's great. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again soon. Squirrel, thank you for the Akasupa. Long time no see, my lord. I miss you so much. Oh, I miss you too, darling. Eddie Garcia, thank you very much. I finally finished folding and putting away my laundry. May I have a kiss, my lord? Of course, my darling. You're very welcome to have a kiss. Congratulations, babe. Truly an alcoholic. I ain't an alcoholic. I'm just a heavyweight. Just in case you don't remember, you're my Oshi. Really? Really? Am I your only Oshi? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Tootsie, thank you very much for the super. Happy to hear you enjoying your time with the boys. Yeah, I'm really glad to get to check in on you guys at this point. I've been really missing you, and I definitely felt bad about like sort of announcing my return and then just bouncing again. But it's just bad timing. I'll be back in a more permanent way once I get back from this trip. If he does one more kiss, I might explode. Sorry, I think I killed someone else. Kindred Breton, thank you very much. Ever tried Thai food? Oh, I love Thai food so much. So, it's often a thing in my perspective that it's a red flag when a menu is too long. Whenever I go to a restaurant that I've never really heard of before, and the menu is like 20 pages long and every single dish has like a picture, I'm always a bit like, Because whenever I go to a really nice fancy restaurant, they tend to have a short menu. It's curated, it's intentional, and they say, you know what, we want you to have the best experience possible, so we're only going to do a few dishes, but we're going to make them perfect. And that was not the case for this Thai restaurant that I went to with my family. I went a few years ago, I went to a Thai restaurant with my family, and they had one of those giant menus, and immediately from moment one, I was like, well, you know, we'll give it a try. I was so happy to be wrong. I was so happy to be wrong. It was so good. It was so good. I had chicken satay skewers to begin, which were beautiful. And I can't remember what I had. It was some kind of some kind of rice dish, and Akuma had this like very creamy curry as well, and that was beautiful as well. Like, we just kept sharing food, and it was like, oh god, it's so good. And it wasn't even that expensive. It was just some really beautiful family-owned restaurant that had like, yeah, it was green curry. It was green curry, and it was so creamy, and like there was like a nuttiness to it and everything, and it was just a really good family-owned restaurant with this incredible like homeliness to it. And I wasn't sure how to feel about it when I went in, but the food itself wasn't even that expensive, but it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Tsukishiro, thank you very much. My Kamiyoshi. Now that is a title I'll happily take. Sweetie, thank you for the extra super. Happy day. Choo choo choo. It's a happy day when I get to see you. Cyanide, thank you very much. My Oshi will always be as big as Bowser. Oh, I'm a fat boy. I'm living large. Shinshu, thank you very much. And Miapuff, thank you very much. Short menu is very Gordon Ramsay, Mike. Cannot be applied to Asian restaurants if you want authenticity. That is what I've heard. Yeah, it's interesting. And to be honest, I think my perspective when it comes to restaurants is actually kind of limited, because I had not left the UK in the time of my life where I got very interested in food and cooking. It was like I had sort of enjoyed restaurant food plenty beforehand, but then it was only around 2020 that I really got a big fascination with food, restaurants, and cooking. And in that time, I have not been outside of the UK, and my perspective tends to be so limited. And you're right, it's a very Gordon Ramsay mindset, and I do think it's good, but every time in the UK, I've been to a very supposedly fancy restaurant that is supposedly Asian, Indian, Italian, whichever. It's a British version of that. Even if the owner of that restaurant is authentically from those countries, there's so much from the rest of the world that you cannot have in the UK. So I watched a really interesting video recently about a Chinese chili oil called Laogan Ma, and I didn't know that you can't have it in the UK because it contains beef. And obviously meat import and export is completely illegal. You're not allowed to import meat anywhere in the world because a country's own meat industry is so sacred. It's sort of believed that, I believe it sort of originated, well, I don't know where it originated, but a really good example would be the difference between Japanese and American beef. So, so Japan obviously has less land than America, right? And so America has Japan beat when it comes to the quantity of beef. America can produce a seemingly infinite amount of McDonald's burgers, patties, steaks, whatever. And so Japan, a long time ago, decided that their favorite form of, the way that they would make their meat would be with quality rather than quantity. And so gave rise to the popularity of Wagyu beef. But of course, any Wagyu that you have outside of Japan isn't really true Wagyu. Wagyu has come to be a sort of a very popular term to describe meat that has very high intramuscular fat, very high marbling. And in a British Asian restaurant, I have had supposedly A5 Wagyu, but it's really not A5 Wagyu. Like, yeah, you can grow a cow, grow a cow sounds like you're growing it in a farm. You can raise a cow that has high intramuscular fat like Wagyu, but you'll never really get something that's very authentically Japanese until you go to Japan. Which I'm really hoping I get to do someday, because I've heard how different it is. And I've tried Wagyu beef in very expensive restaurants in the UK, and it's just not, from what I've heard, it's just not the same. And so I genuinely do, now that I've become so interested, now that I've become so interested in food and I've become so interested in restaurants, I really want to go to the rest of the world, and I want to try food from those countries. Because another thing that fucking pisses me off about fucking the United Kingdom, Tater Salad, thank you very much. Rudy, thank you very much. Mao. I'm gonna go on a rant. I'm gonna go on a rant about food. And thank you very much, Shinshu. Another thing that fucking pisses me off about the United Kingdom is the death of the high street. The death of the fucking high street. Peace, thank you very much. Have I tried any Nigerian food? I think I have. I was in Seattle a few years ago, and I think I did try Nigerian food, and I genuinely remember loving it. Sorry about your ears, guys. But, okay. The death of the high street, right? Yeah, common UKL, right? I didn't realize how fucking bad it was. I didn't realize how bad it was until recently, when I tried going to tried like exploring restaurants in the city I moved to, and there's just nothing unique. There's nothing unique anywhere. The UK has become so commercialized, and it's become so overtaken by large food corporations that the food you wind up eating in UK restaurants is never. It's so difficult to find a place that is genuinely unique. It's so difficult to find a small family-owned business because everywhere is bought out, you know, sort of commercially muscled out of the high street by a big company. Now, we, for a lot of Luxiem off collabs, we've been to London quite a few times. Now, I like Zizi, right? It's not great, but it's nice pizza. It's expensive, but it's alright, you know, it's fine. It's supposed to be fancy pizza, but it's really not. It's just sort of a mainstay British chain restaurant. Do you know how many fucking Zizis there are in London? Let me Google this. Because around the area we stayed last time with Uki and everybody, I think you can walk around that area of London and see maybe 12. How many Zizis are in London? 25! In London alone, 25 of the same fucking restaurant, and it's not even that good. Yeah, it's fine. It's good pizza. If I want a takeaway, I'll get Zizi. And I can say that without doxing my location, because there's fucking hundreds of the fucking things across the country. 25 in London. And I remember, and every time I go to a place and I'm like, wow, you know, this restaurant is so nice. I will Google it, and there's like 30 of them across the country. And I'm like, what? What's normal anymore? Can I go and support a small business for once in my fucking life? And the answer is no. You never can. Everywhere that you go, you'll turn a corner and you'll find the 35th fucking Starbucks and the 79th Zizi that week. And it makes me so mad. I want to go to a restaurant where there's only one of it. You know, where it's a family business or something genuinely built for a passion for food. And doesn't just have, you know, boil in a bag pizza put on a fucking freezer truck and mailed in every morning that they heat up in a microwave. And I don't want that shit anymore. Hipster arc. Oh, shut the fuck up. Am I a hipster for wanting good food and for wanting to support small businesses? Shut the fuck up with that. I want to support small businesses, and I want to see actual passion and life in the food in my area, because right now all I see is greed and predictability. All I see is something that's catered to the very unadventurous British old lady who's like, I don't think I should go somewhere new. Let's just, it's just some fucking, it's like, it's quick stop at Toby's, load up that plate. Just some fucking dad who's like, mate, why would I try something new? You know, we go McDonald's, that's all we need. Why can't we try something new for once? So, yeah, Britain's been pissing me off. That's why I'm happy to be out of it for a little while. Keeping it real! Exactly, it's what I do! Maureen, thank you. I ain't too worried about it, thank you very much. I just knew it was such a roller coaster. I'm glad it is. Keeping it real is what I do, and I will continue to keep it real no matter what. Since I've been to Mexico, did I try the food there? I did, and I can't remember much about it, because remember, I wasn't such a foodie at the time. It was a good while ago. Almost 10 years ago now. I went to Mexico. But I remember while I was there, I stayed somewhere like sort of not where you expect. Like I wasn't in sort of a central area. I believe we stayed in we stayed in Tijuana, and while we were there, we stayed on a little campsite in these tents. Mars, thank you for the super, and Sadex, thank you very much. Because remember, it was for a charity thing, and so we stayed in this little campsite, and a lot of the food we have was from local people who came over and set up a stall, you know, and they would set up a stall with tortilla and beans and steak, and they would make tacos, and they would make all of that kind of stuff. And some of the best food that okay, one thing I do remember, I don't remember much about like the main food we had, but the one thing that I do remember is that the local people would come, and they would set up their stall, you know, as a place where they knew they could make some money, and they could sell some food and stuff, and it was always really, really good. But the main thing that I remember, it made for a great story, because after all of that had cleared up, there was an old lady, this one old Mexican abuelita she would come out with a big stall, and she would set up a churro stand. And these were the most beautiful, authentic, most delicious churro that I had ever eaten in my life. I think at the time I had barely eaten a churro before. Or any that I did have were like sort of just shitty British interpretations of churro. And so she would sit there and just from scratch, without saying a single word to me or any of my non-Spanish speaking friends, she would sit there and she would create these churros from scratch. And they were so beautiful. They were so beautiful. I can't even remember how to describe them, but they just knew. This old lady, she just knew how to make these churros, and she didn't show up every day. She showed up every couple of days, every few days, I can't really remember, but every once in a while, she would just sort of appear like a whisper, like some strange person from across the land. She would have made her way to the camp, and she would sell churros, and they were so good. So yes, I really enjoyed getting a little bit of authentic Mexican food while I was there. Ah, damn. God, yeah. That's the thing, is that I keep saying that I love Italian food, but I've never been to Italy before, actually. That's like, kind of, Italy is top of my list of places I want to go, because I love that food so much, and I'm realizing, yeah, that food that I've tried of like quote-unquote authentic Italian is just a Britishified version of Italian food. You know, maybe that's why I've been enjoying going to so many pubs recently. You know, Tuscany, ooh. I know my mum's been to Santorini at some point. What is that in Italy? Am I being stupid? Wait, where is that? Or is that Greece? Am I being stupid? I think I might be. That's Greece. I knew I'd said something wrong when I said it. It sounds Italian. It sounds a little bit Italian. Oh, fuck. But no. Okay. So, I knew I was getting something wrong. But yeah, it's interesting learning, now that I'm interested in food, quite how much I'm missing out on by being British. You know, by being British, I'm only ever eating food that is like a shitty Britishified version of something better. And so I want to go, because I would go as far as to say that Italian cuisine is my favorite. I don't even know how I can say that if I've never been to Italy. So I have this Vox emigration. Yeah, I'm leaving UK. I don't care where I go. I'm just going to go somewhere else. So I almost, yeah, like I'm almost thinking like maybe a travel vlog would be nice. Like maybe like one day I'll just travel to Italy for a week, and I'll just like stream from some undisclosed location in Italy while I try as much food as I possibly can. There are lots of places I'd like to go. SadX, thank you very much. Holy Jolly Paka. Has Malone visited Washington, D.C.? I have been to Washington, D.C., actually. I've been... it's fucking cold in D.C., isn't it? Especially this time of year. Jesus Christ. Nah, Trish, thank you very much. If you're in Seattle again, I hope you find my flavored arepa place that keep it real. Definitely. And Seattle is actually where I had some of my favorite food. I've had, in Seattle, I had Ethiopian food. I had Japanese food. I guess that's the thing about a place like Seattle, is that even though it's in America, it's a very sort of, you know, an international place because of the harbor and because of the airport. And so you do get a lot of very interesting ideas for restaurants, lots of good fusion food. And so I'd love to go back to Seattle and try a lot more of that at some point. Anyway, Julian, thank you very much for the super. Thank you, Sweet 97. And Pochi, thank you very much. Jollibee, which is a Filipino fast food, has over 3,000 stores inside Philippines and over 6,000 worldwide. Do you know something? I actually didn't know Jollibee was Filipino. That's very interesting. Ayurudi, thank you very much. Shows you how much I know. Come to the Philippines. I would love to go to the Philippines because I know you guys have great food as well. 3,000 Jollibees. I never knew that that it was Filipino. Have I tried Chinese food? I love Chinese food as well. You know, there's a restaurant that I'd been going to for a little while, which sort of claimed to be Chinese, but of course, like I'm saying, it is that Britishified, like sort of hip, trendy version of Chinese food, and I feel as though, yeah, I feel as though I've never really tried true food from any one given cuisine. Vietnamese food is fantastic as well. Let me try and think. I remember like near to that Thai place I went to with my family, there was a Chinese restaurant. I remember loving it, but I went there so many years ago that I can't remember too much about it. Of course, a mainstay in Britain is obviously Chinese takeaway, which like is not, you know, is not like a fantastic restaurant experience or anything, but it's always a nice go-to whenever you're not really sure what else to get and you're in the mood for it. But of course, it's interesting how no matter what, even though they are small businesses, all of the food, it's sort of, you know, it's very similar to the other Chinese takeaway places. So it just gives me so much. It's very nice comfort food, but what it does is it really, really, really makes me want to go to all of these different countries, go to Japan, go to China, go to Italy, go to Philippines, go to America, wherever it is, to just try all of this food that is actually from that place, rather than sitting here and being like, well, you know, I would love to, but of course, it's all from the UK. It's not real! It's not real! Gah! Okay, I have had hot pot. I have had hot pot before, and oh my... I think the hot pot I had was fairly authentic. I'm praying it was, because it was really good. I've been lied to this whole time. All of those British restaurants are like, yes, no, authentic, yes, definitely authentic. Chinese, Italian, Japanese food, yes, definitely. And they were fucking lying. Have you been to the American South? Kind of. I've been to some American states with very southern leanings. I've never been to like, true, like the actual southern states like Texas. I have been to Virginia before, and while I was in Virginia, I did go to Cracker Barrel, which I remember I went to it and it felt very southern. Come to America and experience our fine American cuisine such as plain white bread and a well-done steak with ketchup. Saku, thank you very much for that terrible mental image. Would you ever go on a food tour in Southeast Asia? Honestly, I feel like if I ever went... Yeah. You know what? If I ever went on a road trip, if I went on like a proper road trip, I feel like going through a lot of different Asian countries would be great because I love Asian cuisine. Like going through Japan, China, and Southeast Asia would just be like, just purely there to try the food would be one of, like, probably the best trip I could ever go on. Come back to Virginia. What did I enjoy about Virginia? There wasn't a lot there. I enjoyed Cracker Barrel, I enjoyed Olive Garden, and I enjoyed going fishing with this very southern family. And I think that was about all I really remember from Virginia. Got him! Got him! Now, I would very much like to go back to Mexico as well, because I feel as though I didn't get to see much of it. I'd like to try a lot of that food as well. Ellie Garcia, thank you very much for the soup beans. Some chicken dumplings in your life. Yeah, I mean, we have gyoza in this country, but how real is it? It's British interpretation gyoza. I know your thoughts about Australian cuisine. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever tried Australian food. I think I went to an Australian cafe once, but I don't know how authentic it was. It was in the UK, so I don't know. Virginia is for lovers? Okay, maybe just for you. I think I've tried gazpacho before, yeah, and I really enjoyed that. Fun fact, Wisconsin is home to all of the drunkest cities and counties in the US. In other words, please come, we have lots of beer. Ooh, that was one of my favorite things about Seattle, actually, was going to all the different breweries. Like, just going to all these interesting places. That's what I fucking mean about local businesses. I was going to all of these different breweries that had interesting, brand new, homemade beer of their own kind. And I was like, I'm trying so many new flavors. You know, imagine fucking trying that in the UK, where it's like, oh, do you want to go to the 45th fucking Nicholson's pub or Green King that you've seen this week? No! Say less. What? I don't know. This was like 6 years ago. I remember enjoying the tendies I got. Synthwolf, thank you very much. Please let Texas spoil you with barbecue and soul food. Your arteries may not survive, but it's a tasty way to go. Yeah, I don't know. What's that thing Uncle Roger always says? He's like, that's the thing Uncle Roger always says about, like, healthy food. And he's like, he's like, if you eat healthy, your life will not be as rich. And so, if you eat unhealthy, you will be happier, and you will be happier to die from the bad food. And so, you know what? Like, whatever. Marine, thank you very much. Marlo, thank you. And Vanessa, thank you very much. Ever tried Cambodian food? I'm not sure if I have, but it sounds beautiful. I should definitely check it out. Norma, Texas barbecue is the best and you can all fight me, but my lord, you gotta try our food. We are fat as fuck for a reason. I do want to go back to America because, to be honest, it's not about the quality of the food, it's about the quantity of the food. It's about going somewhere and getting like 5 burgers for like $2 and they're all shit, but you just feel so full. I have a vivid memory. I might have told you guys this story before. I have a vivid memory of hanging out with some people in America. It was my first time ever going to Wendy's. We actually have Wendy's in the UK now. We went to Wendy's, and I had a Baconator, and I genuinely dissociated in the back of the car for the next hour. I remember I had a Baconator, and then I was just lying on the on both back seats, just looking up at the ceiling, being like, "What? Where am I? What's going on?" Like, I genuinely, Wendy's was full of so much grease that I think some of it just entered my brain. It was nuts. Yeah. Thank you, Kate. Come to Canada and you can try ever so famous Tim Hortons ice caps. I don't even know what's one of those. Tim Hortons ice caps. Ooh, those look nice. Iced cap. Oh, that looks nice. I don't know why ice caps, like Tim Hortons ice caps, sounds like some kind of Canadian sex act. Like what's the It's like a Chicago sunroof, you know? It just sounds like some kind of it's like, yeah, oh yeah, I hit it with a Tim Hortons ice cap. Like, oh shit, oh I'd love to suck on your Tim Hortons ice cap. Ian, thank you very much. Have you ever tried Malaysian cuisine? I actually have not, but I would love to. You can try kangaroo meat and snag in Australia. What is kangaroo meat? I mean, I know what a kangaroo is. I didn't know you guys ate them. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, honestly, if you guys wanted to deal with the problem, maybe you could try eating some emu, you know, considering you guys lost the war. That will always be the most hilarious piece of history to me. Like, genuinely, one of my favorite pieces of any history whatsoever is the fact that Australia, as a country, went to war with emus, and they lost. Too soon. Nah, it will never be too soon. It was too soon for maybe 5 minutes. Went to war with emus. There was an emu. Do you guys not know about the emu war? Do you guys not know about the emu war? This is the... Okay, let me spin you a yarn. I've never even been to Australia and I know about the fucking emu war. This is like the greatest piece of Australian history that you can learn. Okay, so to any Australian kindred in chat, please understand that I do not know the depths of this story. I just know the footnotes and how fucking funny it is that, like, you can just describe it like this. Essentially, in Australia, there was a massive overpopulation of emus, right? A massive overpopulation of emus. And the emus, it got to a point where, like, there were so many emus that the Australian government decided, all right, we need to sort this problem out. In the UK, we've done this as well. I believe we culled badgers some years ago, and I'm not really sure why. It's sort of, you know, population control. So they said, all right, we are, as a country, declaring war on emus, and in order to stop the emus, so yeah, basically. But here's the thing. Yes, culling a species is always a nasty kind of a thing to think about. We don't want to have to think about declaring war on animals. But here's the thing about the emu war. Some environmentalists had some stuff to say, and they said it's not fair to declare a war on emu in this way. And so, Australia had to declare a formal surrender. They surrendered to the emus. Australia declared war on a bunch of flightless birds, and they lost. The emus won the war, and they didn't even know it happened. That's why, like, yeah, it could have been a really nasty story about a bunch of emus dying, but the emus won. These big fucking flightless birds just gave them one nasty look. And Australia were like, okay, I'm sorry. We're exposing our dark past because it's funny. It's funny. May NG, thank you very much. Jeded, thank you. MC Rose, Maureen, thank you. Thank you very, very much. Norma, thank you. No, deadass Waffle House employees in Texas require military training. Have you guys seen the Waffle House fight where the lady, like, grabs the fucking chair and spins it away and with all its weight? Jesus Christ, what a warrior. Emus are like dinosaurs. Yeah, they are kind of scary. Just using too much supplies and didn't get enough results. They had to surrender to the emus. Evelyn, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Neko GK for the super. She got fired. Okay, I mean, I've seen the video. It kind of looked like she was starting the fight, so come to New Zealand. Oh, I would love to go to New Zealand. You guys have beautiful landscapes. Because I've seen Lord of the Rings, you know, and Hunt for the Wilder People as, like, the two example. I've seen Hunt for the Wilder People, I've seen Lord of the Rings, and I've listened to Taika Waititi be Korg in Thor Ragnarok. That is my understanding of New Zealand culture. And from that alone, I want to go visit, because it looks like a beautiful place. Maka Beach, thank you very much. And Meow Puff, thank you very much. It is research that if you want a good Asian restaurant, Yelp 3.5-star review is perfect because the best soul foods exist where you can hear yelling from the kitchen. I guess that means they're working with passion, and if someone fucks up, they get their shit yelled at. When can we hear New Sidonia on Spotify? Soon. We're working on getting that in January, and so I'm very much excited to see that. see that happening. You guys are better have that in your Spotify Wrapped, I swear to God. Meow meow, thank you very much. Enjoy your time with the boys. I will try. I've been enjoying my time so far. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight as well, I'm sure. I have the shower heads with me at the moment, so I'll be seeing you guys again tonight. I will be doing this fucking shower head review, so I'm kind of interested to see how it actually turns out. Crystal, thank you very much. Have you ever tried dim sum? It's my favorite Cantonese food. Ooh, I have tried dim sum before, and I do really, really like it. Dora as well, thank you very much. Your cuteness and energy just made my morning better. Much good love and kisses to you. So glad I can make you happy tonight as well. Thank you very much. And Wien, if you ever visit Malaysia, you should try fried ice cream. Now that sounds like an impossible combination, but it, you know, I'll learn never to judge any other country's cuisine. Even if I would never judge. The only thing I am is confused sometimes because the dishes that you guys come up with are ridiculous. I mean, what is it you've got? Fried ice cream. What else? I know in Latin America they have fucking fried ants, and they eat it like popcorn. I was like, what the fuck? What else is there? In the UK, we have something called Toad in the Hole, which is, I mean, it's not really a ridiculous dish. That's just a giant Yorkshire pudding with sausages in it, but it has a weird name. This guy, thank you very much for the super, and thank you, Meow. I can't believe my stream is such a sweaty gamer that the company sponsored you to shower. Listen, they definitely gave me this sponsorship for a reason. I have a unique name for myself now. I am the funny man who has bathed and showered on stream many times, and I am possibly the one of the ultimate Tumblr sexy men. And so, of course, they would come to me. Ooh, very nice steamed shrimp. Ooh, I don't know about that. Oh, now I did go to a really nice Japanese restaurant while I was at home. And this is, I believe this was one Japanese restaurant that was not a part of some chain. It was like a very fancy place, hidden away, nice and sort of chic, modern, like super expensive with very nice waiters. And they had a ton of fish food there. And so I decided, you know what, they had a ton of seafood rather, not fish food. I don't want to eat fish food. I didn't want to eat fish food, but seafood, you know, I don't like normally. They had a lot of seafood. They had sashimi, they had all this kind of stuff. And sashimi, I think, is a bit much for me. But I asked for a set menu, and a part of that was this, what was it called? What was it called? I'm just trying to remember. I believe it was one mono soup. I might be getting that wrong. I'm pretty sure it was one mono. Is that the one? It was something mono soup. I think it was one mono. But yeah, fish broth with potato and leek, which was just beautiful. I didn't think I would ever enjoy fish broth. Well, they handed me this soup. Suimono? It was mono something, but it was like fish broth, and they told me it was fish broth, and I was like, all right, and I gave it a try. It was actually brilliant. It was so beautiful. And then I had this, obviously it wasn't real Wagyu, but they called it Wagyu. It was like A5 Wagyu, sort of some little bites along with black cod croquettes and like some peppers, and like roasted peppers, roasted shallot and onion and all of that kind of stuff, and I just, oh, that was good. That was good. So that like, but that soup as well, it kind of proved that, like, you know, I don't need, I can have seafood. I'm just scared of it. Will I be sponsored by a toilet company? I would do that. I would do that. Foxy Berry, thank you very much. Good luck getting some more sleep, Summer. Thank you very much. And Nekosaka, thank you for the super. Finally finished my work today, and I heard you talking about hot pot. As a hot pot maniac, I can give a long list of different hot pot and Chinese food. And of course, super spicy one's always going to be the best. Yes, give me the spiciest one. You know, it was funny. We were going to order some curry the other night for dinner, and as you guys are well aware, they forgot my order. Literally, as I was walking in from my room, Shu apparently just had a fucking brain fart, and he just pressed the order button as I walked in the room, and I was like, dude, come on! But it was fine. And so then I ordered my own from the same place, and we were trying to pick, and like, when it came to the spice, like, I almost got something insanely spicy, but they were all struggling with the spice, and then I had, like, something even more spicy, and I thought it was, like, spicy, but it wasn't, like, too bad. I love spicy food. I love spicy food so much. And so, yeah, that sounds really, really good. Chuamax, thank you very much. In Thailand, they serve fried worms. That's an interesting combination. I mean, I guess I shouldn't really be surprised, considering in France they have escargot, and they have the frog leg. They have the escargot, delicious. Considering they eat snails and frogs' legs, I shouldn't really be surprised. Fried Kindred, no! I would still love you even if you were a worm. Oh god, this stream has passed by so quickly. I haven't even been paying attention. We've been sat here for almost 2 hours. It shows how much I fucking missed you. We've been talking about food for the longest time. We're fine, thank you for the super. My lord, you know, in China we have 8 cuisines, and in addition to these, each region has a variety of regional cuisines. I'm definitely not showing off. Oh no, definitely. I mean, for such a large country, you know, it really does make sense that there will be so much food to eat. So I'm definitely interested in trying a lot of it. Should do that, shouldn't I? I should. I mean, ooh, that is a good idea. I will do the Hot Ones challenge, actually. Hold on. Wait. Hot Ones challenge kit. I should do that because Shoto did it. And I don't want that. I don't want that motherfucker getting away with the idea that he can do that and I can't. I love spicy food. So you have to make it through eating chicken wings with 10 different sauces. So what are the sauces actually? Let me have a look. Well, thank you, Feronia. We have bubble tea pizza and bubble tea ramen. Ooh, nice. Okay. Okay. Hot Ones challenge kit sauces. What I want to see is those burger. What I want to see is those Scoville units. Hot Ones sauces. Okay. Yeah. So there it is. Hot Ones 10-pack. That's it. Season 19 includes, okay, 1600 Scoville, 4,000, 15,000, 33, 46, 69, 103, 135, 642,000. The last dab. The last dab. Scoville heat units to be announced. Heat 11 out of 10. Oh. Candy, thank you for the super. That, oh boy, that sounds like quite a lot. I'm trying to think. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna check out this old chicken place I used to go to. So do you remember back when we first started streaming and I played Dark Souls 2, and I had those chicken tendies with buffalo sauce? I'm trying to figure out what the Scoville units for that sauce was, so I can have a frame of reference. Okay, the heat scale. Let's have a look. Okay, so obviously sweet bell peppers is like nothing. Oh yeah, jalapeno is like nothing. Oh! Oh, habanero is like 100,000. I used to love habanero sauce. Well, it's fine then. Okay, so everything, so 9 and 10 will probably be nasty, but everything before that is probably fine. If I like habanero sauce, then everything else is probably going to be okay. I fucking love habanero sauce. Michan, thank you very much. That's super. I'm glad you missed my voice. It'll be back soon, I promise. Cookie Babe, thank you very much for the super. Evelyn, thank you. Candy, thank you very much. You can quote me on that. Maybe I'll be wrong. Disco, thank you very much. Tutsuken, thank you very much. They call me the Hamburglar because I'm about to steal Malord's food. You better fucking not. Try stealing something else. Try grabbing hold of my balls. Roku69, thank you for the super. had the luxury of trying Mala hot pot while I was on holiday recently. The spice numbs your tongue instead of burning it. That sounds kind of nice, actually. Remy, thank you for the Akasupa. For when Luxiem comes to Japan someday, let's all eat something delicious. I would fucking love for that, to be honest. Because you've heard me go on and on about how much I want to try that cuisine. Cinnamonary, thank you very much. Would you try interesting ice cream flavors? Tried tofu flavored ice cream and surprisingly liked it. Listen, if I can recommend fucking pilk for people, then yeah, I imagine I could try some interesting ice cream flavors. Norma, thank you very much. And Jade, thank you very much. So I need a toilet sponsorship if you do the Hot Ones challenge. Fucking try me. Fucking try me. I'll do the Hot Ones challenge, you son of a bitch. Yeah, habanero being between 100,000 to 350. I've had that much spice before, like for pleasure. So I imagine that as long as I can get through the other two without really, you know, it should be fine, right? Because I love good hot sauce anyway. Da bomb. One thing I've seen from Hot Ones is that they always build up how spicy da bomb is, and then they get to it, and they're like, oh, it's not so bad. The Last Dab. Apollo hot sauce. I am interested. Color me interested. Won't be too hard forehead. Alright, bet. Alright, bet. Pick you up at 8. Kendra Bratton, thank you for the super. The Pepper Place has a hot sauce you need to sign a waiver for. It's called The End Hot Sauce. Ay. Okay, I don't want to go that far. I don't want to go that far. Have you guys seen that terrifying video of these two girls who are like Carolina Reaper pepper. These are the world's hottest peppers. And then they both try it, and it's like, it's so weird because these two seem so excited to be like, yeah, we're just gonna bite into the world's hottest peppers. And then they bite it, and one of them is like, oh my god, this is so bad. And there's one who seems to genuinely almost die. Like, they just sit there and they're like, oh my god. And then later on, you see the one girl just lying in bed like, ah! And the mom is like, this is not good. This is not fucking good. It's like a whole scenario. I mean, I don't know. If you've got some kind of bizarrely low spice tolerance, then you need to not be having Carolina Reaper peppers, because you'll die. Masato, thank you very much. And Nekosaka, thank you very much. Hot pot paper crisps and ice cream. Really? Oh, they sound nice. I hope she's okay. I can Google that, actually. Carolina. Because, of course, on this big Scoville scale, pepper spray is between 1 million to 2 million Scoville. Where is the Carolina Reaper? Is that on here? They've got something called Dave's Private Reserve, which apparently goes up to 10 million Scoville. Carolina Reaper is a nightmare. From experience, everything about it is so bad to consume. You should try one. I don't know if I want to. I don't really know if I want to be honest. Yeah, Blair's 6 a.m. is 16 million Scoville. Pure capsaicin. I don't know if I really want to do that to myself, to be honest. I don't know if I'm really all about that, honestly. It sounds a little bit too much for me. I mean, I can have some, you know, I mean, habanero is not, it's spicy, it's nice, but that's only 100,000. 16 million? Ooh. Yasha, thank you very much. Jessica Vox Bamboo, and Tutsudukin, thank you very much. Yes, I'm gonna have a good time with the booze. Alright, guys. No! That, guys, I promise you, that ain't me, that's Susan. I swear to God, that's Susan. Go ahead and refresh. Refresh, guys, it's fine. It's fine. It's Susan. It's not me. It's not me, it's her. Okay? It's her. We're all in an abusive relationship with Susan Wojcicki. Just refresh, guys, it's fine. Just refresh. Come on, just refresh. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me now, okay? Don't give up on me. But yeah, I think maybe that's some good timing because I'm probably going to head out. I don't want to, if the boys are going to do anything fun together, I don't want to miss out on it. But I really, really enjoyed seeing you guys today. Thank you for reminding me that I am loved by you and that I am going to enjoy coming home to all of you once I do. But thank you more than anything for reassuring me that I'm good to be spending some time with my friends. I really, really appreciate how far we've come as a community and how far you guys have come to reassure me, and so that I feel like I can genuinely call you someone that I really, really genuinely love. So thank you very much. True love is about prioritizing the happiness of the person that you do care for, and I'm starting to really realize that now. So thank you. That's going to be all from me, so I'm going to see you guys in a little bit. But thank you very much for coming out. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you all in about 2.5 hours, actually, for the Showerhead sponsored stream. So don't miss out on that. You certainly wouldn't want to. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much for coming. JS, thank you for the August Super. Yulia Peepers, thank you very much for the Super as well. Love you both. And the rest of you, I love you too. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in a couple of hours. Goodbye. That's not the right music. What about this? Kazook. Oh shit, I shut the Spotify window for the music without even, like, I didn't even think about it. Shit. I'm just gonna end here. Good night, guys.